Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And unsurprise, Disney has decided to race swap yet another character.
Of course they did.
Because of course they did. This is Disney we're talking about. This is 2020 we're talking about. And if anybody has a problem with this particular decision, well, then you're just a racist.
That's right.
That's going to be the excuse. We saw this with the Little Mermaid. People were not happy because they're like, she's an iconic ginger character. And we decided to cast a black girl to play her. And now we've also got a black Tinkerbell. Now, some people will say this is because Disney is just trying to be more progressive and more enlightened. This is the same Disney that filmed Mulan near a concentration camp.
Right.
And made Finn very, very tiny on the Chinese poster.
Because I just think if they do this, that's enough. That's enough to get by. But it's a bad decision because, like, you know, they do it. Make your own new characters. This is dumb. Stop just race bending other existing characters.
So here's the thing about this one. Now, before we get into that anymore, you know, please give us a sub if you haven't done so already. But I want to point out that this movie is being directed by the same guy who did the remake of Pete's Dragon. And this is Wendy and Peter Pan.
Okay.
And, you know, of course, you know, we've got to get lipstickalley.com. Meet the live action Peter Pan Wendy redhead erasure. So I don't think this movie is, well, necessary, but I don't think this movie is going to follow the Disney cartoon version beat for beat.
No, which is a good thing, but you know, yeah, redheads are on again. Surprise, because that's how you show them. That's how you show them. You get rid of even fewer characters that are even a more minority. The redheads. Get rid of the redheads. Replace one minority with another one. That's how you do it.
Yeah, so they've got this kid playing Peter Pan. I guess he's British, and this is Mila Jovovich's daughter playing Wendy. So
I don't think that's much of a difference, honestly.
No, and we've got
I also don't care about Peter Pan either.
No, Jude Law as Captain Hook, you know, white guy.
Yeah, of course. You know,
So.
But I guess the thing that gets me about this is Tinkerbell is like the icon of Disney. She flies on you know, they have her flying around for the parades and stuff, and she's kind of like very iconic. There's a whole bunch of movies that are Tinkerbell movies and everything else. I mean, that would not be the character I would have changed, just simply because she has been so widely used.
Right.
It's really hard to do that. It's just really dumb. And the Squid King brought up a good point. When he heard this, his thought was, wait a minute. So Tinkerbell is kind of Peter Pan's friend, but he also kind of keeps her around so that he can like use her for her pixie dust. And they even take her and kidnap her and put her in a cage. So he's like, you're going to put a black woman in a cage, and you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, Peter Pan spanks her ass.
Right.
Often to get dust. In fact, I found this when you mentioned it. This one website here had 10 reasons why Peter Pan was such a problematic movie. Number 8 is Tinker Slut. She's out of control. Another girl trying to kill off Wendy because of jealousy.
Yep.
Sidebar, Peter ain't that cute.
True.
Yep, he can play the flute like a mofo, but that's about it. He's immature and has no ambition. Aside from trying to assassinate Wendy like the cold-blooded killer she is, Tinkerbell has the most insane temper.
So she should have been a redhead.
Yeah, she should have been a redhead. It's hard to know what the relationship between Peter and Tink was before Wendy came into the picture, but we can be safe in assuming it was wildly inappropriate based on how haughty she gets. You can see it in Peter's eyes, too. Sometimes when she gets upset, Peter just has to smack that ass.
Well, he basically he uses her for her pixie dust.
Yeah, he uses Tinkerbell.
You know,
yeah.
And he doesn't care about how she feels. But we're just going to take that and make it a black woman. And that's just going to, you know, and Squid King's like, that's going to make it worse.
If this little boy smacks her ass.
He's not going to.
Yeah, I don't think Disney's going to have that. I also do not believe we will have Native Americans in this version of Peter Pan.
No, so I'm expecting this to be a completely different Peter Pan than the Disney Peter Pan.
Oh, God, I hope they don't go all Wrinkle in Time with it and be like, it takes place in modern London.
Well, if they do Wrinkle in Time with it, then they deserve whatever they get, because Wrinkle in Time sucked, and you know what? They put they pushed the heck out. You can honestly trace back most of their downfall to Wrinkle in Time, I think. After Wrinkle in Time on, it just kind of, they just went too far, and it just went, no one cared.
Yeah, and then they are, oh God, yeah, I know. Wrinkle in Time was poorly conceived. What could have been a great movie based on a classic book. I don't know why they decided to just change everything for the sake of modernizing it. And it's going to look really dated.
Interesting is, she's from a TV show owned by Disney.
Yeah, well, I'm going to bring that up because, yeah, it does seem like their go-to is, let's just go to the cast of Blackish. And
it does seem that way, doesn't it?
Golly, do we have any black people on staff? I don't know. What about that Blackish show? Yes, let's just pick from that show.
That seems like what they keep doing. Blackish and Grownish. It's all I keep picking from.
Right. So following Mulan, Disney still has faith and trust in more live-action versions of their anime classic. Why?
Okay, I'm just going to stop you right there. Disney, just stop this shit. No one wants it. You know what? Nobody wants this crap. Just stop making live-action versions of your old animations and just make new things.
I just want to point out there have been numerous live-action Peter Pan movies, and most of them have been box office bombs.
Yes.
I don't think.
Well, no, it's going to change this time because we got
Disney's.
Well, no, it's a black girl playing Tinkerbell, so it's going to change it all.
Yeah.
Took the redheads out of it. It's going to. They already took the redheads out of it before, so you know.
They did. We've de-gingered it. So, yeah, I don't. I mean, because there was the Peter Pan movie that came out like 2 or 3 years ago. I remember it was a live-action Peter Pan, and it was oh God, what's his name? Jason, whatever, the Death Eater from Harry Potter was Captain Hook, and then of course we had Hook, and we've had Peter Pans before that, and yeah, they don't do well. No,
they don't, because no one cares.
They don't do well. This is not going to do well. But hey, Blackish fans rejoice. 20-year-old star Yara Shahidi has reportedly been cast as Tinkerbell. The actress played the oldest daughter in the show because again, we just got to go, and she was also in YA romance movies.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the second Grownish cast member to be given a Disney live-action role.
And those shows are owned by ABC, owned by Disney.
Her co-star, Halle Bailey, was announced as playing Ariel. That's like I said, is it like Disney doesn't have enough black people, so they're just like, let's just go to Blackish and just pick one. Do we got another girl? Do we have another girl in Blackish? It can be Tinkerbell? Yeah, let's just pick her.
This is not tokenism. We have a black show.
Not at all. Not at all.
This is ridiculous. No one else apparently is good enough unless you're already cast as a Disney actor.
Oh, God. And then the Little Mermaid starring Melissa McCarthy as Ursula, and Awkwafina is playing somebody. Can't possibly go wrong. Can't possibly go wrong. So it's been making casting decisions throughout the year, starting with the title characters we talked about, the kids playing it, and yada yada. So this is Disney 2020, and again, it's so weird to see them do something like this for woke points.
That's what they're doing,
and for fist bumps on social media. But then they turn around and they film Mulan near a concentration camp and actually thank them,
right? And then they treated Finn, like the character of Finn in Star Wars, like nothing. John Boyega got shrunk down the poster. He keeps saying that he wasn't treated very well, but that's okay. They're one black TV show. They're going to pull all the actors for to replace everybody else with.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, God. Well, that's the thing, because Finn was another missed opportunity. Finn was a brand new character. Who should have been a lot more than he was, right. And they screwed that up. And
but now you're just taking established characters and just changing them for no reason other than to say that you're doing something. That's the only reason they're doing it.
As long as nobody slaps her ass for dust. Mm-hmm. But I do think, given that this is being directed by the guy who did Pete's Dragon, which was depressing.
It was so depressing.
It was such a depressing movie. That was one of those remakes like, Disney, just stop. Stop while you're ahead. I think this is going to be a very, very different Peter Pan.
I think Disney just likes losing money. I mean, maybe they're deliberately doing it because then they have more write-offs for taxes to offset all the the more losses they have, the more they get to keep. So maybe they're doing it on purpose so they can keep money, because only thing I could think of, because time and time again, this stuff isn't performing. People keep telling them, we don't want this shit. People keep telling them we don't want stuff changed, like they keep changing it. But then they get a new character like Finn, people love it. They ruined that too after people told them not to. They don't listen. They clearly like to lose money.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. And I don't know how this movie is going to be. I don't know how it's going to do. But if it's half as fun as Pete's Dragon was,
Yeah.
which Pete's Dragon, man, that was a depressing ass movie. If it's half as fun as that, I think we're in for a real treat.
Oh, I'm still waiting for the Bambi live action. We're talking about depressing. I can't wait to see what they do with that one. I still can't believe they're doing that one. I'm just like, what the hell? I don't know. I just can't even. I'm trying to think of any live action Disney, remakes coming up that I want to see, and I can't think of a single one.
No, because none of them need to exist.
No.
This is actually worse. This is worse than the direct-to-DVD cheapquels. Mm-hmm. Everybody was like, when Eisner was gone, they're like, oh, thank God Eisner's gone. We're not going to do the direct-to-DVD movies anymore. No, instead we're just going to remake everything.
It's the same thing, except the animation was more expensive.
Yeah.
So honestly, it's just they just figured it's too expensive to do sequels of everything with the animation, so they're just going to do live action ones. It's the same approach.
But which one is going to stand up to the test of time? Because even when we went to Disney last week, you guys will know we went there. We did a couple streams from there, but they had a big Mulan display, and it was all animated Mulan.
Right, just like you see all original trilogy Star Wars for the most part. No one wants the new stuff. Now you're starting to see the Mandalorian in there. Like they have the Darksaber and stuff out now, so you're starting to see like old trilogy Mandalorian things people actually want. So they're listening on that kind of, but it's just like this is dumb. No one wants this crap. At least the direct to DVD sequels were something new.
Yeah,
it was the same characters, but it was a new story.
And sometimes they weren't bad. Like, I still think Lion King 2 was pretty decent. I think Lion King 2, had they spent a little more money on the animation, could have actually been a theatrical release. Now they're doing an Aladdin sequel. I'm thinking they're going to go to the direct-to-DVD ones. And
I don't know. I don't really care. I haven't watched Aladdin. I don't watch them because I have no desire.
Yeah, like we own Aladdin and we own Lion King. I think we pre-ordered them.
I haven't seen either one.
I haven't watched them. Because
I haven't seen Toy Story 4. I just don't. I think about it. Same with Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. I think about it, like, oh, am I going to watch this? And then I just think about it for a minute or two, and then I'm like, no, I have zero desire to see it.
Well, that's the thing, because it's like it feels like a drain. Like, oh my God, we got to sit through this, and we've talked about it so much, and we basically know the deal. There's a million other things we could watch.
Right. I have very little time to watch TV as it is. If I'm going to watch them, I watch something I really, really want to watch, as opposed to this shit.
So yeah, these are the comments on the Cinema Blend article. They made a black Tinkerbell. That raises the question: is she hired because she can act, or is she hired because they need a PC and have a black Tinkerbell? She's hired because she's on Blackish, and that's the only place they hire from. Can we stop changing characters to make the Nazi left Twitter mobs happy? Ruining everything by making her black. Dude, who cares what color she is? What an ignorant fool! She isn't just some unknown character. No one cares about that. The character's 100 years old. My kids watch Tinkerbell, and it's like the ignorance of you and many have this problem. Let them fight for what is right in politics. Has been going on in movies, and it's like, God.
So let me get this straight. They're mad. Okay, so people are like, wait, why are they doing this? And their argument is, well, they're giving us our sloppy seconds because that means they're doing something.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what it is. They're not making a new character for these people. They are literally gender or race swapping in this case. Race swapping a character to shut up the left. And they're not even giving you the honor of having a new character. They're sloppy secondsing the character for you. And then, and like I said, like Squid King said, and there's a lot of problematic things about Tinkerbell that were problematic before. But if you make it a person of color, it's even more so.
Yes, she does get put in a cage often. This happened both in the Peter Pan movie and in the
animated movies.
The animated movies, she was put in a cage. And Peter Pan does smack her ass for her dust. Right.
So what I'm saying is, so basically she's kind of like his slave going around dusting people. There's some problems here that were problematic when it was a white character, let alone being a black woman.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking, like, are we going to have sassy Tink? And, she's probably going to talk a lot more.
I'm sure, because they have to give her a lot of lines.
Yeah, I guess
Tink didn't talk at all. She just she was a Tinkerbell, and then she jingled.
She jingled.
That was the point.
Tinkerbell.
She jingles.
It could be worse. It could be Julia Roberts.
That's true.
I mean, it could always be worse.
Julia Roberts was always worse.
Julia Roberts was terrible, and I heard she was horrible to work with.
I think they call her Tinker Bitch or something.
Tinker Hell or Tinker Bitch.
Tinker Hell.
They said that Julia Roberts on the set of Hook was just absolutely miserable to work with because she was like at the peak of her career, and she's like, "Oh my god, you gave me like a sideline character." It's like,
but Tinkerbell doesn't speak in the movie. She only speaks in the animated films, and she just makes bell sounds. So I'm sure they're going to change that now.
yes, they will, because this is the Pete's Dragon guy.
So here's a question for you. In the movie, clap if you want Tinkerbell to live. So here's the thing. No one ever claps for Tinkerbell to live. Even she's a white character. Do you have to clap now that she's a black woman? Because if you don't, you're racist and you want black people to die?
Yes,
Is that what the argument they're going to make now?
yes, you do, but it's got to be using the clap emoji. It has to be yes, Queen, live.
That's right.
That's what we're gonna do.
Okay, because I was just thinking about that, and I'm like, no one claps for it now. And now, is it going to be like, if you don't clap, you're racist, so you have to clap for Tinkerbell? Because if you don't, it's not because you just don't care enough to clap, like no one ever cared before. It's because now if you don't clap, you're problematic because you didn't clap.
Yeah, well,
You want her dead clearly.
that is the thing. If people are not on board with this idea, it's because you're racist. If
That's
people
right. Or you're sexist.
or you're sexist.
Yeah, it's one of the two.
If people do not go see this movie because it looks like a pile of dog shit, now I don't know how the movie's
And
going to
people
look.
are just sick of the live action remakes. I don't think anybody really cares that they're making her black. They're just tired of the live action damn remakes.
If you don't go see it, if the movie doesn't make money, you're going to be erased. That's how the media is going to spit. So basically, Disney and other studios are controlling the audience through fear.
No, they're doing what Twitter did. They're trying to, because that worked so well for people on Twitter. If you don't do what they want, they're basically using minorities as a shield. So that just like the media has been doing, just like Twitter has been doing, they have learned nothing. Instead, they're going to act in the same way. Now, if you've seen the media, they're all going down the shithole because everybody's so tired of their crap. So they're flushing that media down the toilet where it belongs. So Disney apparently wants to be the toilet paper that goes with the crap down the toilet hole.
Well, yeah, look what they did with The Little Mermaid when there was backlash to the casting choice in Little Mermaid. All the news outlets you would expect are like, why Disney fans are so racist. All the racists came out to hate on this poor girl who just wants to do her job, and you're all just a bunch of racists and you're terrible. And it's almost like Disney is, weaponizing minorities, weaponizing the media to fight their battles for them. Meanwhile, they filmed Mulan near a concentration camp and actually thank the organization behind it.
But hey. I mean, like, when Disney does something good, I'll say so. But this isn't one of those things. I mean, there's so many problems here. It now at this point, and what's really sad is I feel bad for the actress because she's gonna take a lot of shit. And it's not her fault.
Yeah.
It's not because they actually legitimately wanted to do something. Because they want to. Now it's because of the year, because of this year and what's been going on this year, and because they're making a big show about how look how progressive we are, look how inclusive we are, and this Hollywood is just basically if you're not white. Or if you're white, and if you're a white dude especially, you are screwed. They're just jumping on the bandwagon with everybody else with this whole, kick everybody out of Hollywood. And everybody's leaving Hollywood anyway. So it's just stupid. And it's not, and it had been any other year, any other time, and there hadn't been if they just did this, made these choices on their own without a reason behind it, then, you could be like, okay, but damn well they're only making these choices to try to save face.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is about.
There's no reason to make Tinkerbell black. There really isn't.
No, it's just
make a new movie.
Yeah, it's just to be like, hey, guys, look how progressive we are. Social media start talking about. I think Disney, in some weird, sick way, actually likes the backlash.
No, because it's publicity.
Because it's publicity. Because now people know. Oh, well, I'm gonna go see that Peter Pan movie just so I can hate on it. It's
I'm not gonna see it at all because I don't care.
It doesn't actually work that way.
I'm just tired of it. And the thing is, it's like, I think it's even more insulting. Make a new movie, make new characters, and make them black characters. It worked really great with Tiana and stuff. You could totally do it.
Yeah.
Why do you have to repurpose other characters that are older characters, and then it's almost like a hand-me-down character?
It is a hand-me-down.
That's insulting.
It is.
Stop using people as shields. Stop using them as your hand-me-downs, and just go do something new and exciting, and then put them at the forefront of it. Black Panther, it worked. Tiana, the Princess of the Frog, it worked. They didn't need any excuses or building up. They can hold their own.
And how, this is what gets me too. It's like, how creatively bankrupt are you that you have to keep going back to the same well again and again and again? This is Disney. Disney used to be known for innovation, and now it's like just slapdash remakes. hey, we're going to remake it, but we're going to swap out, the race or gender of this character, whatever. But it's the same damn thing. It's just in general, Disney needs to make new shit, but they're afraid to because they think that by remaking stuff that made them a lot of money in the past, they're going to make more money.
Just gender race swapping it's going to make them just as much money. And it's like, no, we've already seen it. People don't care. You could do it for a couple movies, but I think you're getting to the point now people are like, again?
Just stop.
Just stop.
Just stop. Yeah. But hey, missed opportunity. We had the Black Cauldron. They could remake that.
Wait, that would be actually good. That could be remade.
I don't think it would be. Well, I don't know. Black Cauldron you actually could do.
I mean, I think you can get away with it if it's like a movie like that, like Atlantis.
Fantasy.
Ones that were fantasy, but they weren't that they were popular, but they weren't like as popular and iconic as other ones. Like they are coming back now, but for years no one really talked about Hercules that much, or Black Cauldron or Atlantis, even though they're all fantastic movies and they were very underrated movies. They can get away with. I think they can get away with those before they can get away with Little Mermaid.
They're raping the 90s now. They've already.
Yeah, it's all over their stores.
Yeah, we went to Disney last week and they have a whole wall of 90s. All the 90s cartoons that people kind of pissed on for years. Now they've got their own sections, their own merchandise. They've got 90s style Mickey Mouse Club.
They're putting Hades at the forefront of all their villain shows and everything else. So. Yeah.
Which I'm really surprised about, given who voices him.
Oh, I agree. I mean, they're not gonna let him anywhere near it.
Well, he's a villain, so it's okay.
Oh, there you go.
It's okay. He's a bad guy. Just so you know, he's a bad guy. All right, we're gonna wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.